costume, or did they just hand it up?
We got to choose between each other, but I just knew I wasn't gonna be the hot dog. That's all I knew.
What's wrong with that?
You know, it just wasn't for me.
Now that you've played 2 NBA games, is there anything that you didn't really account for going into it that's kind of stuck out with you, or anything that's caught you by surprise once you get into competition without going against your brothers?
You know, I feel like the biggest thing I noticed was that, you know, it's less room for error. Obviously, there's going to be mistakes throughout the game, but I just remember, like, last year I could help too much and still get out to my man. This year, you help too much, the read happens, so everybody can make a read so quickly, you know. Now that's 3 points on the other end. So yeah, I feel like everybody just feels more comfortable with each other. We're all understanding concepts a lot better. You know, everything is just flowing more, less robotic. I would say that.
Mike talked about putting you guys in stressful situations at the start of camp, and now after a couple games. How do you feel about that? You guys responded to that?
I feel like we've responded, you know, really well. You know, he put us in stressful situations to start camp. You know, during preseason, we had two 20-point comebacks, and although, you know, it's preseason and, you know, teams take their guys out, you know, it just shows the type of players we have to, you know, not care that their guys are out. You know, we still want to win, get the game.
Now, Monty, you said stress that you haven't really come to any decisions yet about rotation in the lineups, but so far you've been in the starting lineup, and if that's going to be the case, it's pretty clear you're going to be guarding Monday. I know last Sunday, Devin Booker, first game, you're going to be guarding. Got all-star type caliber guys night in, night out. Is that kind of sunk into you yet, that the caliber of players you're going to be guarding?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's sunk in, and that's the most, you know, exciting thing for me, you know, that they trust me to go out there and guard those guys. And, you know, I've always believed in myself. Those are the guys I want. And, you know, I know those are the guys that are going to make me better, make me learn more.
Having such a versatile skill set, does it kind of come, like, even as a rookie, you're supposed to, you know, take kind of things maybe at a certain pace, but given your skill set, has it been, I don't want to say overwhelming, but has it been a lot kind of adjusting to so much, you know, at this point, given what you heard with?
You know, I would say it's nothing I can't handle. You know, it's a training camp is like you know, it's new to me. I wouldn't say it was like too much. It was a lot though, and you know, learning multiple positions. I feel like that's the hardest part. You know, knowing where to be at one spot, then the next spot. But you know, I got some amazing vets. Not even like my guy Stu. You know, he's always pulling me to the side, and he's he's barely older than me, but he seems like everybody seems like a vet. It's kind of weird.
Turning it on to the defensive point, through 2 preseason games, you've already gotten the chance to really test and measure up where you are defensively versus NBA players. You had first game, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, KD. Second game, SGA, Jalen Williams. How do you feel you measure already defensively through 2 preseason games?
You know, I feel like I'm ready to go out there, guard the best player, and compete against them. You know, people gonna score, happens. You know, they're the best players for the reason, and you know, that's where I want to be one day. So you know, gotta go against them.
The other thing, Monty said that you and Marcus Sasser are ahead of the curve defensively as rookies. What have you seen from Marcus Sasser this through camp, through preseason so far?
You know, Sass. I feel like Sass is a dog. You know, came from Houston. I feel like weren't they like the best defensive team in the nation last like 2 years, 3 years? So you know, he was the head of the snake over there. So I'm not surprised by Sass at all. You kind of look at him and know he's gonna go out there and give it his all.
Because they were ranked, Houston was ranked so much the last 2 years. Did you watch him a lot when you were at college?
Yeah. My dad was a big fan of Houston.
Okay.
So it's my dad always had basketball playing on. So when I was with him, you know, we would always be watching like their games, you know. Yeah.
And how was the reception of the fans for you, man? Just kind of seeing these Detroit fans come out. They were out there hour and a half before the door
Yeah.
waiting, like lines back to the streets.
And it's crazy. You know, Detroit, definitely up there and like top fan bases. I don't know a place that I remember when I was in the locker room. It was like an hour before, and I see they have the cameras going on. You could see kind of what's going on, and I see so many people out there. I said they're getting there an hour early for open practice. Like that's crazy, and you know it's a blessing to be a part of an organization that you know the fans have our backs, and you know so we gotta show love to the fans.
Ausar, a lot has been made about how determined you are to be on the court. Like I saw a picture the other day where you were the last one at practice. Outside of the court, what has been the biggest adjustment being in the NBA so far?
Outside of the court. Outside of the court, I would say the biggest adjustment is I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe we have after practice there's a decent amount of free time. So just, finding time on my own to go in the gym, That's it.
So you're not off the court once.
You know, I try not to be. Sometimes the coaches tell you need a break. They know better, more about what an 82 game season could do to you. So sometimes you gotta listen to them.
Mine's spoken really highly of you, as well as some of your teammates also being in the starting lineup. How's that eased the transition into the NBA for you so far?
Oh, it makes it so much easier because my team has they have faith in me, they believe in me. So it just makes me want to go out there and fight for them every night.
It's only been a couple weeks of training camp so far, but are you starting to see those flashes of potential and those things that excite you about what you guys can build potentially together in Detroit?
Yeah, definitely. When I watch film, like obviously not every play, training camp was a week ago, but there would be like some plays I see, and I'm like, we went over that in practice, like the ball's moving very fast, defensive rotations are like just on point, and it makes me. It's funny because it makes me feel like a coach because I'm like, is this what the coaches? Because they see every little thing, like they see every little thing that you like mess up, and you'll think you do something perfect, and it just didn't.